Hey y'all, I'm Jerdy, and in this video we're going to go over things that have been data mined on the Phase 7 PTR of Season of Discovery. Forgive me if the pace of the video feels weird. I've shot some stuff and then more stuff was updated to shoot that, so it might be in different parts of the video, so it might seem like some parts are out of order. I just didn't want to go through and reshoot everything for the sake of time. But with that being said, let's get on with the video. So first, yes, it is confirmed. The Scarlet Enclave, the new Scarlet instance, is a 40-man raid and not a dungeon. This means we are getting new content after Naxxramas. Oh my god, this is sick. My brain is already coming up with a bunch of ideas of what could be in this raid. Maybe stuff related to the Paladin runes, or the Priest runes, or any characters that were created in Season of Discovery, or it's related directly to Naxxramas. I don't know y'all, but this is so hype. Along with that, the Karazhan Crypts dungeon is also confirmed, but it is a 5-player dungeon with some really strong gear, it looks like, that I will talk about later in the video. Next, we have a blue post of what's going to be on the PTR this week. From December 20th to 23rd, they're going to open a very early version of Naxxramas. But what's really interesting is this sentence right here. The only difficulties available in Naxx are the default 2, 3, 4, and 5. Difficulties above 5 are not available on the PTR. Are we going to have that many difficulties? Like, what does that mean? That's a lot, right? Are we combining difficulties? Is it like the affixes in Blackwing Lair, or are there going to be like a million different difficulties to choose from? So I'm very interested to see what that's about, and I'll probably log on the PTR soon to see what this is about right here. The most dedicated PTR explorers may find a few other surprises out in the open world that hint at some very new content coming into Phase 7 and beyond. One thing that was already revealed by other Paladins in the Light Clip Discord that were on the PTR is that the meeting stone that was put in front of Tyr's Hand and EPL, where we can confirm the new raid will be, is usable as a summoning stone. So I'm wondering if now all the meeting stones in SoD are going to be summoning stones in Phase 7. Again, a lot of cool and exciting things. I'll be checking out Kara, and I'll be checking out EPL and looking for a bunch of clues. Maybe trying to look for Enos the Pure or Gregory and see where they are, because I know they died, quote unquote, but I don't think they did. The next portion of this video is going to be everything I filmed before this, so it seems like it's out of order, so I do apologize. But the next thing we're going to talk about now are the tier sets that were data mined. I can give you a TLDR because I think they may be placeholders, because every spec has the same tier set bonus pretty much. So all DPS players 2 set is a 20% damage increase to an ability. Their 4 set is a reduced cooldown on their abilities. Some are different. You can check out that portion of the video to see which ones are different, but most of them are just a cooldown reduction of an ability. And then their 6 set is a stacking damage dot over time from a certain ability as well. For tanks, all the 2 sets are 100% taunt hits and 2% expertise. All their 4 sets reduce cooldowns to their DPS and mitigation cooldowns. And for the healers, all the 2 sets are a cooldown reduction. The 4 sets are a damage buff through their heals, like increasing players' critical strike chance through a heal or their haste. However, their 6 sets are kind of unique from class to class. So now we're going to go into the deep dive of the tier set bonuses. Remember, this was filmed before I talked about everything else, so you're going to see me learn in real time how these sets are kind of similar and how I dissect if they're placeholders or not. So let's go with Druids first. For the balanced Druid, the 2-piece, your Moonfire and Sunfire deal 20% more damage. Well, that already one-shots me out in the open world, so that'll be even nice to get even more one-shot, I guess. The cooldown of your Star Surge spell is reduced by 1.5 seconds. That's the 4-piece bonus. And the 6-piece bonus, when your Star Surge strikes an undead target, the remaining duration on your active Starfall is reset by 10 seconds. So one thing I'm already noticing looking at this is that almost everyone's 6-piece is only affected by an undead enemy, which locks it into like PvE content. Alright, onto the Feral DPS. Feral 2-piece bonus. Your Rake now deals its periodic damage every 1 second, increasing its total damage over time by 200%. That sounds pretty nutty. Your Tiger's Fury cooldown is reduced by 50%. That's the 4-piece bonus. And the 6-piece bonus. Each time you deal bleed damage to an undead target, you gain 1% increased damage done to undead for 30 seconds, stacking up to 25 times. Sheesh, 25 times, that's kind of crazy. Onto the tank Druid set now. The Guardian 2-piece bonus, your growl ability never misses and your chance to be dodged or parried is reduced by 2%. This 2-piece is the same for every tank set. Every tank set 2-piece is a never missing taunt and a 2% expertise bonus. They're getting rid of that miss factor in Four Horsemen. The Guardian 4-piece bonus reduces the cooldown of your survival instincts by 2 minutes and reduces the cooldown of your berserk ability by 2 minutes. And the 6-piece bonus, when you take damage from an undead enemy, the remaining duration of your active frenzied regeneration is reset to 10 seconds. Every hit resets that by 10 seconds. And now on to the Resto set. The 2-piece bonus is your Life Bloom now has a 100% chance to heal the target for 1 application of its dispel amount each time the target takes damage. That seems insanely strong for a 2-piece, no, right? Damn. The Resto 4-piece, each time your Rejuvenation rank 10 or rank 11 heals a target, you have a 25% chance to restore 60 mana, 8 energy, or 2 rage to your target. Whoa, that's kind of sick. That's awesome. And the 6-piece bonus, your rejuvenation and regrowth refresh their duration to full each time the target is damaged by an undead enemy. So yeah, all the 6-piece bonuses are locked by undead targets, which locks it strictly to Naxx, or like Strat and Skola, right? Alright, on to Hunter. The Melee Hunter 2-piece bonus. Your Wyvern Strike, Wyvern? I'm gonna say it wrong, sorry. Deals 20% more initial damage, just a 20% buff, nice. The 4-piece bonus. Your critical strikes with strike abilities and Mongoose Bite have a 100% to reset the cooldown on those abilities. And the 6-piece bonus for melee. You gain 1% increased critical strike chance for 30 seconds each time you hit an undead enemy with a melee attack, stacking up to 35 times. Damn. And the Hunter range set now, the 2-piece bonus, your Serpent Sting deals 20% more damage. The ranged 4-piece bonus, your critical strikes with shot abilities have a 100% chance to reset the cooldown on those shot abilities. And the 6-piece bonus, you gain 1% increased critical strike chance for 30 seconds each time you hit an undead enemy with a ranged attack, stacking up to 35 times. So it's the same thing for both melee and ranged hunters. There's no difference in their set bonuses. You can see that as kind of cool or lame, but this is like the very first PTR. So maybe this is just like a filler and they will be different. All right, on to Mage now. This is the Arcane 2-piece bonus. Allies with your Temporal Beacon heal for spell power times 67 divided by 1000 plus it's a Temporal Beacon buff. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Anyways, the 4-piece bonus. Your regeneration ability grants your target 60% increased movement speed while you are channeling, and each time it heals a target, they have a chance to gain 10% increased attack speed. Whoa, that's sick. Sorry, I interrupted myself. They have a chance to gain 10% increased attack and casting speed for 15 seconds. Damn, what? And the Arcane 6-piece bonus. Damage you deal to undead causes 25% more chronomantic healing, and you gain mana equal to 5% of that chronomantic healing you generate from damaging undead. Dude, what? The mage set's sick right now. Thank God I have 2 healing mages in my raid. The mage damage 2-piece bonus. Your evocation grants you 5% increased damage for every second you channel it, stacking up to 8 times and lasting 45 seconds. As if my mage doesn't pull threat off me already. Geez, that's strong. The 4-piece damage bonus reduces the cooldown of your evocation ability by 80%. Okay. And the 6-piece bonus, your ignite damage does not decay on undead targets below 20% health, and undead targets below 20% health take damage as if they were frozen. So it's an execute. Wow, that's insane. That's really insane. Mages are eating good this phase. All right, and now on to Paladin. The Holy 2-piece bonus reduces the cooldown of your Lay on Hands ability by 35 minutes, and your Lay on Hands now restores 30% of your maximum mana when used. Damn, that's a pretty gnarly buff for that. Hopefully we're not using Lay on Hands too much, right? The Holy Paladin 4-set bonus, your Flash of Light rank 6 and Holy Light rank 8 and rank 9 spells have a 10% chance to imbue your target with holy power. I want to look more into that, what that means. That sounds pretty cool, actually. And the Holy Paladin 6-piece bonus, your Beacon of Light target takes 20% reduced damage from undead enemies. That's nice, right? Damn, okay. Hopefully a lot of tears dropping because it seems like everybody was gonna want this stuff. Going on to the Protection Paladin. Your 2-piece bonus, your Hand of Reckoning ability never misses, and your chance to, same as all the other tanks, they're gonna have the same 2-piece. The 4-piece bonus reduces the cooldown of Divine Protection ability by 3 minutes and reduces the cooldown of your Avenging Wrath Wrath ability by 2 minutes. Remove Forbearance on this, and we just have Perma Avenging Wrath. That'd be pretty cool, right? And the Protection Paladin 6-piece bonus, which I'm kind of iffy about. When damage from an undead enemy takes you below 35% health, the effect from Hand of Reckoning and Righteous Fury now reduces that damage by 50% instead of the 35% that is engraved in the rune. That's cool, but like by the time you'd want that, which is progression, you wouldn't need that, right? So kind of iffy on that one. That one's, I probably wouldn't want to run it. As of right now, I probably wouldn't push for 6 set on that one. But onto Retribution, which looks really gnarly. Increase the damage done by your Divine Storm ability by 20%. That's a 2-piece bonus. Oh, hold on. Wow. Finally, Divine Storm got something. And the 4-piece bonus reduces the cast time of your Holy Wrath ability by 100% and reduces the cooldown of your Holy Wrath by 60%. So Holy Wrath is now instant cast and useful in Naxxramas. And the 6-piece bonus, your Exorcism and Holy Wrath abilities deal increased damage to undead equal to their critical strike chance. Wow. That's nice. Also, as I'm reading this, it looks like almost every DPS player's first thing is just 20% more damage. Yeah, I'm looking at Rogue. Yeah, Shaman. So every just 2 set is just a 20% damage increase. Yep, 20% damage. Is it lazy? Maybe. Is it? I mean, I don't want to say it's lazy. Maybe, again, it's also just the initial PTR, right? It could all be changed. Or maybe it's just, is what it is. I'm not going to say it's lazy. It's just something I did notice, though. Every damage dealer's 2-set bonus to the 20% damage increase to something. And let's go on to Priest now. The Healer 2-set bonus reduces the cooldown of your Circle of Healing and Penance abilities by 25%. That's pretty gnarly, right? And the 4-piece bonus, your Penance, Flash Heal rank 7 and Greater Heal rank 4 and rank 5 have a 9% chance to grant the target 10% increased critical strike chance for 15 seconds. Damn. So it's like so here's what I noticed. Every healer's 4-set bonus is a DPS buff. Interesting. Okay. And the 6-set bonus, your Power Word Shield has a 50% chance to not deplete when the target is damaged by an undead enemy. Also really strong. Let's move on to Shadow. The Shadow 2-piece bonus, your Shadow Word Pain now does 20% more damage. Yeah, every 2 sets does 20% more damage. The 4-set reduces the cooldown of your Mind Blast ability by 1 second. And the 6-piece bonus, your Mind Flay, Mind Blast, and Mind Spike abilities deal increased damage to undead players equal to their critical strike chance. Nothing really game-changing about this, right? From what I'm seeing. All right, let's move on to Rogues now. The Rogue damage 2-piece bonus, your instant poison deals 20% more damage. Yeah, all 20% damage. And you heal for 5% of damage done by your poisons. That's interesting. Cool. Rogues get a heal. I'm sure it'll be really fun in PvP, right? The 4-piece bonus, you have a 100% chance to gain 1 energy each time you deal periodic nature or bleed damage. That's really, really strong too. And the 6-piece bonus, you gain 1% increased damage to undead for 30 seconds per combo point, second to 25 times. It's very similar to the other bonuses for DPS too. They have a 25 or 35 stack bonus. So again, another similarity to these DPS bonuses. In the tank set, the 2-piece, yeah, the taunt doesn't miss and 2% expertise. Yep, we know that one. The 4-piece tank bonus reduces the cooldown on your evasion ability by 3 minutes and reduces the cooldown on your blade flurry ability by 1 minute. That's really gnarly too. And the 6-piece bonus, any damage from an undead attacker which would otherwise kill you will now reduce you to 10% of your maximum health or your current health, whichever is lower. In addition, all damage taken from undead will be reduced by 90% for 3 seconds. This effect cannot occur more than once per minute. That sounds really familiar. That's just our Ardent Defender from Wrath for Paladins. That's the prop Paladin Ardent Defender. Nice. That's cool. They get that. If they get hit, they die. So cool for Rogues, I guess. All right, let's talk about Shaman now. First, the Elemental set bonus. The 2-set does 20% damage increase to your Flame Shock. The 4-piece reduces the cooldown of your Lava Burst ability by 2 seconds. The 6-piece, the 1% increased damage done to undead for 30 seconds each time your Overlord. Dude, I have taken like a million takes on this. I cannot say this word. Your Overload triggers stacking up to 25 times. And let's go to the Enhancement 2-piece bonus. Increases damage done by your Lightning Shield by 100%. The 4-piece bonus reduces the cooldown of your Lava Lash and Storm Strike abilities by 1.5%. And the 6-piece bonus, you gain 1% increased damage done to undead for 30 seconds for each charge of your Maelstrom weapon you earn, stacking up to 25 times. I'm also noticing a pattern that the 4-set bonus just reduces the cooldown of your ability for all damage dealers. Let's go to the Restoration set now. The 2-piece bonus, your Earth Shield ability no longer loses charges. The 4-set bonus, your Healing Wave rank 9 and rank 10 and Lesser Healing Wave rank 6 spells have a 10% chance to imbue your target with Totemic Power. That's like the Holy Paladin 4-set, except with Holy Power is Totemic Power. And the 6-set bonus, the target of your Spirit of the Alpha takes 20% reduced damage from undead enemies. Again, the same as the Holy Paladin 6-set bonus. And for the tanks, the first one, your Taunt never misses, and 2% expertise. And the 4-set bonus, this is worded kind of weirdly, increases the damage taken reduction from your shamanistic rage ability by an additional 15%, and during shamanistic rage, your attack speed and spellcasting speed are increased by 30%. Seems pretty gnarly. Wow. And the 6th piece bonus, you take 20% reduced damage from undead enemies. That's not with an ability cast. Blizzard, just a 20% DR forever. Okay. And the Warlock, why's the Warlock one here? We'll talk about that on the next one. That's weird. All right, on to Warlock. The damage 2-piece bonus, increase the periodic damage done by a corruption ability by 20%. The 4-piece bonus to your non-periodic critical strikes cause your active corruption, immolate, shadow flame, and unstable affliction spells on the target to immediately deal 1 pulse of their damage to their target. So that's different. That's not a cooldown. That's actually something unique. And the 6-piece bonus, your Curse of Agony does not expire on undead targets and continues to grow in power indefinitely. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool, actually. And okay, so this is what happened. The 2-set bonuses up here for some reason for the Warlock tank. So yeah, your taunt never misses and 2% expertise, which is weird for Warlock tanks, right? And the 4-set bonus reduces the cooldown on your Infernal Armor ability by 30 seconds and the cooldown on Demonic Grace by 10 seconds. So every tank 4-set is like your damage and defensive cooldown reduction. That's what it is for the tank set. And then the Warlock tank 6-piece bonus, when an undead enemy attempts to attack you, the remaining duration of your active vengeance is reset by 20 seconds. Every tank 6-set is a DR essentially. And for the warriors, the damage 2-piece bonus increases damage done by your deep wounds talent by 20%. The 4-piece bonus reduces the cooldown of your bloodthirst, mortal strike, and shield sim abilities by 25%. The 6-piece bonus, your melee critical strikes against undead enemies grant you 1% increased damage to undead targets for 30 seconds, stacking up to 25 times. The warrior 2-piece bonus, we know the drill already, a taunt that never misses and 2% expertise. The warrior 4-set bonus reduces the cooldown of your shield wall ability by 3 minutes and reduces the cooldown of your recklessness by 3 minutes. And recklessness can now be used in any stance and does not increase damage taken. That's pretty big though for protection warriors. And then the 6-set bonus, when you take damage from an undead enemy, the remaining duration of your active last stand is reset to 20 seconds. So yeah, overall, every set bonus is similar for every spec, right? With tanks, the 2-set is literally the same for all of us. Never misses a taunt and 2% expertise. The 4-set is a damage reduction and a damage buff. Cooldown is reduced. And then the 6-set is something to where we're getting hit by an undead, reduces a cooldown of our ability, or is just a damage reduction overall. And then for DPS, the 2-set is just a 20% increase to a damage ability. The 4-set is a damage ability cooldown. And then the 6-set is like a stacking damage debuff for most of them. It really sounds like these are placeholders. And hopefully I'm not insulting the devs when I'm saying that, but it does sound like these are placeholders. I don't think they're bad necessarily, but they're all just really similar, which again, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just interesting that we're getting that in the last phase or the last phase of SOD. So right now it does sound like these are all just placeholders. Maybe. Yeah, I don't want to be mean, but yeah. And then for some non-tier related stuff that was data mined, we have something called Seal of the Dawn. And the text right here says unlocks your potential while inside Naxxramas, increases your damage by 2% for each piece of Sanctified Armor equipped. And there's other versions of this, like increases your healing and shielding by 2%, or increases your threat caused by 1% and health by 1 for each piece of Sanctified Armor equipped. So I'm assuming this is similar to like Time Worn gear in AQ right now, where there's non-tier pieces that have this Sanctified bonus. There's also a bunch of items that are on here that have the SOD label, but when I check them out, like there's Ashbringer, all the stats are the same. All they did was add the critical strike and hit. They added it to like all spells and attacks, not just like melee attacks or like spell attacks. So it's for everything. And regarding any other stat or item level, it's all the same still. So this is obviously not going to be the same. It's going to be like bumped up a little bit like everything else has been, but at least the SOD models are currently live on Wowhead. And then something really cool is that there are mounts data mined, and these mounts look awful familiar. They're the horses from the Four Horsemen, and they're appropriately named after the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse: War, Conquest, Death, and Famine. This is pretty cool. I know people want Baron Ribbendare's mount, and it's really rare and hard to get, so they can get a version of this now in the Naxxramas raid. There's also some new enchants coming next phase, where we get 65 spell power to a 2-hand weapon, 16 spell power to bracers, 5 agility to cloak, 15 strength to gloves, 12 spirit to offhand, 9 intellect to our offhand, 6 intellect and 5 spirit to our offhand, 1 crit to a shield, and 12 stamina to a shield. And then some new items. This is pretty cool. Pretty big spoilers here. A Deadwind Cage Key, Karazhan Curio, Ancient Ironwood Branch, Enthusiastic Wisp. It's like Legend of Zelda, right? Flame of Life, Violet Satchel, Scrap of Parchment, this really insane shield, the Bulwark of Ire, a bunch of other gear, the Master's Cowl, Rattle Chain, Clutching Death Helm, Stalker's Band, blah, 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 blah. And then all the tier sets are also here too. They don't have the stats that you're gonna have, like don't freak out because everything has like the classic era stats, so Paladins don't freak out when you see MP5 and healing on a tank set, right? But it looks like all these items that we're seeing above the tier sets are for the new Karazhan instance, which is interesting because these are really strong. Like the shield I mentioned earlier is stronger than AQ shields. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a challenge in getting these items. I mean, this is really sick though. I'm actually like really hyped right now just looking at all these things being data mined. This looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. And then one final thing real quick, the shoulder enchants are called souls. You can see right here all these souls of something, souls of whatever. And this is pretty interesting. It's not just the 6 set bonus you can pick any set bonus. So if you like the 2-piece, a 4-piece, or a 6-piece, 5-piece, whatever, you can pick any set bonus for your shoulder enchant going into phase 7. So that's really, really cool. And Zyrene mentioned on Twitter that this is something that you can actively farm and stack. So he said that's something you're going to passively do anyways. I'm going to assume it's Argent Dawn rep probably, but it won't be too hard to get, and it's not affiliated with the Naxx raid. So I think it's something we can go into going into Naxx. At least that's how it was worded. And I think that's it from me so far, at least. Again, I apologize if the pacing seems kind of weird. Stuff was just coming in as I was shooting, and I didn't want to reshoot because this video is kind of long, right? Leave a comment down below how you feel about the tier sets, the new confirmed Scarlet raid, the Karazhan dungeon, the mounts, all the cool things that we're getting in phase 7 and beyond. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It does help the channel a lot. Like the video, follow me on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. All of it will be in my link tree in the description. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi, and I'll see y'all in the next video.